Hey guys, sorry we are running a bit behind here with the M5 competition. We're starting at the wheel, and I also don't have the questions prepared. I asked you guys a little late yesterday, didn't get a chance to type them up this morning, so I apologize. But I think I reviewed some of them that said they wanted to know about this compared to its direct rivals. So we've got the Mercedes-AMG E63S, and that's going to make 603 horsepower. Pardon me. Get to 60 in 3 seconds flat. And then we've got the Audi RS7, and that's going to make 591 horsepower, get to 60 in 3.5 seconds. And the E63S will do 186 miles an hour top speed. The Audi RS7 will do 190. And then we've got the Porsche Panamera Turbo S, and that's going to be more expensive than all the cars there. It's going to make 620 horsepower. It's going to do 0 to 60 in just under 3 seconds. And then, of course, we have the M5 Competition. This one is going to be 617 horsepower. Again, with the competition spec. Without it, it's 600 horsepower. 0 to 60 is going to be 3.1 seconds. So nicely situated in there between the E63 and the Audi R7, and just a bit more than the Panamera Turbo S. And it is going to top out at 189 miles an hour. That's increased over the 2020 model year's 177. And that is if you get the driver's package, which we have on this model right here. So that's the spread of competitors. And some changes for 2021 that I want to point out to you include this big screen right here. We upgraded from a 10.25 inch screen to now a 12.3 inch display. And it's big and beautiful, and it's very intuitive with BMW's iDrive system. I like iDrive almost as much as I like MBUX's system. I think MBUX is a bit more customizable, but apart from that, they're pretty close. They're pretty close, pretty good. We also have a track mode now for 2021. We had a track mode before, but track mode now in the M mode will disable all of the convenience features and all of the nannies and electronic aids and just optimize the car for track driving. And then what else do we have for 2021? We have the styling tweaks that I will go over in a bit, but for now, let's give it a little gas. So I'm going to go into setup mode here. Sport Plus on the engine, Sport Plus on the chassis, and then punch it. Oh, that is nice. That is some nice acceleration there. And I've got the paddles here on the steering wheel, which are kind of dinky, but the shifts from this 8-speed automatic are really quick. It's a great gearbox. They also improved for 21, as I'm thinking about things. They improved the ride quality at high speeds. They adjusted the spring and damper rates, and so it does ride a little better than the last M5 I drove. It rides a little better than the M8 Grand Coupe Competition. That one was pretty darn stiff. So the improvements are noted. It is still pretty rough, though. I will say, if you're going to be driving this on a daily basis, you got to have a soft spine and a big cushy behind, because you will be absorbing quite a few bumps that are transferred into the cabin. Ride quality is not any worse than the E63S. Not as good as the RS7 though. The RS7 has amazing ride quality, and especially considering the car's on 22-inch wheels, it's rather impressive. But when you get this thing in a corner, that's where it comes alive. It's so good. The electronic steering is excellent in this vehicle, and the chassis control is superb. Braking is especially good on this one. We have carbon ceramic brakes, so the stopping power is going to be the same between this, the carbon ceramics and the steel brakes, but if you're going to be taking this to the track, then this has more resistance to fade with the carbon ceramics, and it's going to cost you an extra $8,500 for those. So, do we have any questions that are popping up yet, Christina, that we can get to? I don't want to rant here for too long.
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah, thanks guys. Again, sorry about the delay there, and sorry I don't have all the questions that you guys submitted ready for you.
Okay, from Nick Vogt. M5 comp runs 10s in the 1/4 mile, right?
This new one, I'm not sure. I wouldn't put it past it being in the 11s. I don't know about the 10s. That seems pretty aggressive. But it does pick up speed impressively. If it can get into the high 10s, maybe. But I would say low 11s all day.
All right. Is
I think
that your car M8?
is it the letter M and 8?
Yeah.
It might be just saying mate. No, this is not my car.
Oh, is that your
If
car?
you are new to the channel, I review cars on this channel, so everything
Sorry.
you see is going to be a car that I'm reviewing. And if you want to learn more about how I do this and how the whole process works, then definitely go to my 100,000 subscriber special, where I explain all of what I do and how I make this work. The chassis was too stiff there. I'm gonna go ahead and
From
comfort mode.
Mohammed, how does it compare to the Cadillac CTS-V?
The CTS-V, the older model, this is going to be better in a corner, better steering feel, but the chassis is going to be pretty much the same. The CTS-V had a great chassis. I actually think the CT5 chassis dynamics is not as good as the CTS-V's chassis dynamics. So you've got these M modes here in the steering wheel. If you aren't familiar with those, they're basically individual modes that you pre-program in the iDrive system, so that when you press the button and then you press it again to confirm, it brings up all the settings that you had for your engine, your chassis, your transmission, in this case your M dynamic mode, your stability control mode, and also the, what am I forgetting? I can't remember, but that's all in there with your M modes. So I just hit M2, which turns off the stability control, puts me into four-wheel drive sport, and puts it in manual mode. So I'm going to be doing manual shifting now. Have to do it on the paddles on the steering wheel. You could, I suppose, shift with this gear selector here, but why would you? That is fun.
That is fun.
That is fun. That is a good
monotone
time.
man.
No, it's a good time. Sorry.
That is fun.
All right, took it out of
Okay.
M mode.
I'm not sure what this means. How mental does this 199K? I'm not sure.
I don't know what that means either.
Okay, how does this handle from it's Thabiso?
It handles really, really well, guys. This car is set up for track duty, and they developed it to handle intense road courses without having much body roll, braking superbly, impressive throttle response, and just balance. This car is very, very balanced in a corner. And like I hinted at, the electronic steering rack, the way they dialed in this electronic steering rack, it's not necessarily the same feedback as a hydraulic rack, but you're getting a lot out of it. It's pretty darn good for an electronic steering rack. BMW, Porsche, and even Maserati does a good job. Ferrari, all of those with their electronic steering racks are really well dialed in.
All right, what's the price from Hirsch?
The price, starting price for the M5 Competition is going to be $113,000, which is $7,500 more than the regular M5. And as tested, I think this one's $141,000 because we've got the executive package. We have the driving assistance plus package. We've got the driver's package. We've got the Bowers Wilkins sound system. And there's one other thing I'm missing. And we have one other option. Oh yeah, we have the Voodoo paint, the exterior, the blue color that you'll see in just a sec when we go to our handy dandy parking lot where we do these live Q&As.
Oh boy.
And then
Are you on Blue's Clues?
no, I'm not, but the car is blue. And then we have the full merino leather option. So the seats, the dashboard, all of that is in full merino leather. High quality leather stuff.
It's nice.
It is very nice. So yeah, all that brings it up to $141,000, which is a chunk of change. I don't have to tell you that. But $113K will get you in the door with the competition. And that's priced competitively. The E63S sedan is, I believe, I think it's also $113,000. They're like within $1,000 of one another. Porsche Panamera Turbo S is like $170,000, so it's much more than this. And the Audi RS7 is a little less. I think it's 110, something in there. It's also very close.
Okay, how is the boot capacity from Leela?
Trunk capacity, it's reasonable. The cargo capacity figure, I don't know off the top of my head. I think it's something like 13 cubic feet of space. It's good. It's a good sized trunk. I can show you that in just a second here after we park.
And start it up.
And start it up. The engine noise is a little underwhelming. I mean, you heard me at full throttle, but it's not great. If you just stand outside and I rev the car, it sounds pretty good in Sport Plus mode.
Ooh, wait, I want to get to this question real quick before we get out, because it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Does it have massaging seats for Muhammad? I always ask this.
It does. It does have massaging seats. You
Yeah.
press the button right here on the door, and then you've got 3 levels of massage, and these are all the different massaging options that we've got in here. Look at them.
It took us a while to find the massaging option.
It did take us a while. Like, I knew the massage button was here. I didn't know that would bring up the prompt on the infotainment.
You didn't know it was there.
I did know.
No.
I saw it on the way in. Oh, wait, I didn't.
It took a long time.
I didn't.
We
I
were
thought it was a
checking
memory.
on here first.
I thought it was just the memory seat.
Mhm.
I was wrong. So, yeah, that's a massaging seat. We've got one of those. While the car is on,
Okay, trunk
let me-
and start it up.
well, I started up.
Rev.
Well, I'll rev it, yeah. I'll rev it.
Helping out.
Okay. Thank you, Christina.
There's that blue.
Those overruns, right? And the pops and bangs of the unburnt fuel in the exhaust chambers. It's pretty rad. That's cool. Engine on full bore, not so great inside the cabin. You can increase or decrease the volume inside the cabin with the exhaust button that's on the center console. Didn't show you guys that one, but that's how you do it. And yes, BMW does pipe some of the sound into the cabin. So, what other questions
That
do
was
you have?
underwhelming at all.
No. I mean,
Oh.
it's more when you're full bore driving on the highway. You're like, that's not great. Sitting or revving, it's pretty great because it doesn't soft limit you to like 4,000. It soft limits you to 5,500 RPM.
Okay, open the trunk.
Oh, and the competition always gets the sport exhaust. So that's the black exhaust, and that's where you get the active baffles in the exhaust. Here's the trunk. Pretty good sized trunk space here, and you can also fold the seats down. You pull these tabs here, but the seats don't pop down when you just do that, so you have to reach in and press down, and then they fold. Not completely flat, but you can still get a fair amount of cargo in here, no problem. So it's a good sized trunk. What's our next question,
I'm
Christina?
trying to find it.
Again, sorry guys for the delay if you're just joining us. Sorry it took me a little while to get warmed up here, and I don't have everyone's questions prepared. Long story about finding a place to live, guys. I will tell you later if anyone wants to know. But that was our hold up this morning.
All right, thanks for all the vids. They're always on point from Matt.
Oh, thanks, Matt. I'm glad you like them.
All right, a lot of people love this car. Okay.
Yeah. What do you think of the color, guys? So I will put this in my review, but what do you guys think of the Voodoo Blue? It's $5,000 extra, and not just what do you think of the color, what do you think of the color on this car? Does it belong on this car? I don't want to tease too much of the review away. There is going to be a full review, and you're going to like it, okay? You're going to like the review. But what do you think of the color?
What's the drivetrain from K?
I can show you. It is a 4.4 liter twin-turbo V8 that makes, forgot, it's a BMW. You got to pull that lever twice.
And sorry, Playboy Dre, I didn't see that question until now. But what mode are you in?
Oh, I was just in M road mode, but then I turned on or I switched up the engine to Sport Plus, which is the most aggressive setting, and I had chassis in Sport Plus. You don't need chassis in Sport Plus unless you're going to the track or going to a really aggressive canyon road because the chassis ride quality is pretty tough. Anyway, so here's the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. No real changes for 2021 except that they increased the top speed to 189 miles an hour, 617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in just about 3 seconds. Independent tests are seeing faster though. They're seeing under 3 seconds, and I believe it. This thing is, when this launches, it is so hard. It's crazy how this thing runs. And that is connected to an 8-speed automatic gearbox and 4-wheel drive. Yes, all-wheel drive in this car. You can do a complete rear-wheel drive mode. If you turn off all the systems, then you can select 2-wheel drive mode and enjoy yourself. Boy, they just crammed that engine in there. So, for those of you who don't know, this engine, as it stacks up with the rivals, so many of the rivals, actually all of them, the E63, the R7, and the Panamera Turbo S, can use 4-liter twin-turbo V8s. This one makes 4.4 additional displacement, liters of additional displacement, for 4.4 liters. That is probably part of the reason why the fuel economy is worse than all the cars I mentioned. It is 17 combined MPG as opposed to like 18 and I think even 20 for that Panamera Turbo S.
All right.
Did anyone comment on the color yet?
Yeah, they did. They love it.
They love the color?
I
Okay,
mean, some
on this
people
car?
prefer other, like the Verde green,
Okay.
and Marina blue.
Okay. Would you guys want a more subtle color on an executive sports sedan, or do you think this like kind of wild color belongs on this car? I want to know that. But also, let's do other questions.
Hey, from Rashad's TV, how was it to drive the M5? Because for my first car or second car, I was planning to buy an M5 or M3 or M4.
Well, first of all, thank you, Rashad, for always commenting on my videos. I really appreciate that. Also, before I forget, so sorry this is delayed, and sorry to these folks, but we've got 2 new Patreon members that I want to just shout out. Jonathan and, oh gosh, I'm so sorry, I forgot the second person's, Priya? Oh man, I'm so sorry, I forgot your name.
This is why he tells me things.
Yeah,
so
this is
I
why I
can
tell
look them
Christina
up.
things.
But he didn't tell me.
2 new Patreon members. For that second member, I really apologize. I will shout you out. I know. I know. I cannot. I hope I remember your name. I really apologize. I hope I remember it at some point in this video.
It'll come to you.
Yeah. But thank you guys. If you want to become a Patreon member, you're welcome to. I've got some perks for you. That's cool. Yeah. But thank you guys for your support, for just being part of this live Q&A. I appreciate it. So back to the questions.
How was it to drive the M5?
How is it to drive the M5? Ask Rashad's TV. It's great. It's really great. The ride quality is a bit firm, so if you have not been to, I gotta hold this up, I can't see. Christina's like, take your hand down. I can't see. If you're planning to daily drive an M5, you'll be fine. The ride quality is a bit firm, even in comfort mode.
Well, okay, even in comfort mode.
Even in
that
comfort
was
mode.
Next
Yeah,
question.
even in comfort mode, I'm referencing comfort mode because obviously you would just dial it down if you're on the streets. Even in comfort mode, it's a bit firm. Not like you can't handle it, but it's bumpy. You're bumping in the car, and not in a fun way. So that's the only critique I have about daily driving this car. The visibility is excellent. I think it's the right size. You have space in the back seats, you got space in the front seats. The power is amazing, but totally modular. You can access as much of it as you want, or drive it around like a regular everyday car. You don't have to be crazy behind the wheel all the time. Yeah, so comfortable, spacious, powerful, not the most fuel efficient as I just referenced, 17 combined MPG. And they could do a little more with the suspension to soften it up just a bit more. But apart from that, this thing is incredible. I love this sedan. I think it's well worth the price. I'm glad that BMW is still putting so much effort into their classic M5. I like the silhouette. I like everything about it, to be honest.
All right. I don't know what this means. You have an 8K video 2021. Okay. Moving on.
I don't know.
Google,
Sorry.
See, not sure what that means. Okay, test drive a 2020 S63, please. I want to see if they're any different.
There are no S63s in the press fleet right now, unfortunately, so I can't get that car. I gotta wait till the new S-Class comes into the press fleet. I apologize. Sorry, I can't get that one.
How's the rear leg room from Khalid?
Rear legroom's great. Glad you asked. Let me show you. So one, the door opens really wide, almost to 90 degrees, so it's super easy to get in the back of this car. And it not being an SUV or having a really deep wheel well here, it's really easy to just step on in the car. So that's my driving position right there. And as you can see, I've got some knee room. The foot pockets are good size, so I can squeeze my legs under there, reduce that knee angle. Good there. So mentioned I'm 6 feet tall, and this is my driving position, so this is fine. It's totally fine. Headroom is also excellent in this car. I have a long torso, and I'm fine with the headroom. A lot of these sedans I get in the back, especially the coupe design sedans. By getting a classic sedan silhouette, you're not having the more aggressive roof angle, and so you therefore get more headroom. That is the benefit of a traditional sedan.
All right. Ooh, I can answer this one. Do you review motorcycles?
Not anymore. Used to. Then I got hit by a drunk driver while on my motorcycle. I no longer review bikes.
You had a traumatic brain injury.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Wasn't fun.
What are those red paddles for, Harsh? I think that was a while ago. I think you kind of showed it.
Oh, the M buttons? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can show them to you again. These are the M buttons on the steering wheel. They are basically individual modes that you set up in the iDrive system on that infotainment there. You program these so that all you have to do is press the button, and there's sort of quick access to bring up all of your presets. And so I think I have one set up for all the settings that you would need for launch mode, and then I have the other set up for all the settings you would need to slide the back in.
All right. And so I think that answers Khaled's question, the ride quality again, and you've already talked about that.
Yeah, ride quality is, I don't want to be harsh about this. It's good. It's
they
just
said
a
even
little
in comfort mode,
Yes.
it's a little rough, right?
Even in comfort mode, it's a little firm. Not rough, firm. Just firm.
Okay.
But it's a super sport sedan. It's kind of what to be expected.
All right.
Carbon ceramics. I did talk about these briefly, but when you see gold calipers on an M5, you know it's got the carbon ceramic option, $8,500. Same 6-piston front, single piston floating rear as the steel brakes, but of course, being carbon ceramics, they are more resistant to heat buildup and fade after aggressive driving on track.
All right. Sorry, there's a lot of comments, so I lost a few. I'm just going to start back from what I see. A lot of people love the blue.
Yeah, you guys like it. I'm glad.
All right. What do you think of the taillight design from Harsh?
I like the taillight design. Oh, I remembered one of the questions that I had forgotten earlier. Prathamesh had asked about, I'll get to that in a second, taillight design. So these have been tweaked along with the headlights for 2021. I like the kind of milky, blockier taillight design here. Sorry, lost my words. I like it. I think it's a cool design. So that gets a thumbs up for me. More distinctive on the road than all of the thin LED light patterns that we're seeing in a lot of vehicles these days. This is more distinctive. I think you'll be able to easily recognize this as an M5 on the road. So now Prathamesh's question was about reliability for these cars. So I know a lot of people online see BMW and they think, okay, keep it in the warranty, sell it after the warranty, because they do encounter some issues. And I think a lot of it depends on upkeep of the car. So you definitely need to be servicing it appropriately. And it's like any product, guys. Like, I'm on my third iPhone as of within the last month, because the first two had defects. Any vehicle is prone to defects from the manufacturer. A BMW is prone to those as well. So you might get a lemon. You should be able to find out whether you had a lemon within the first 4 years while you're still under warranty. Otherwise, just take proper care of the car, and I think it'll be fine. I wouldn't be too concerned if you're reading things about reliability issues. Just take good care of the car, and it should be okay.
All right.
Understand that it is a luxury vehicle, and any luxury performance vehicles are going to be more expensive to maintain than a Toyota Camry. That's worth noting. So for Rashad, who is considering buying an M5, sorry, I'm ranting now. For Rashad, who's considering buying an M5, just know that if you're buying a used model, it is going to be more expensive to maintain than another vehicle. it may not necessarily be less reliable if it has been taken care of through the ownership tenure. Okay?
We good to move on?
We good to move on? Yes,
Okay.
Christina, we're good to move on.
From
Thank you.
Emery, what's up? I just want to say that you rock and keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, Emery. I really appreciate your support.
Nice. Okay, have you already done the questions from Instagram from Harsh?
I am so sorry, Harsh. I have not actually, I didn't get to the question from Instagram. I was only able to post the question on Instagram an hour before this video. And then, like I said, running into issues with a living situation for us. So,
Okay, someone thinks we got evicted, so you
no,
need to...
didn't get evicted. Didn't get evicted, guys. I'm sorry.
You're like, yeah.
No,
You're being weird about
no,
it.
sorry.
We're fine.
Trying
We
to
have
find a place to live for us, but we
a new place.
a new place. We have a place to live. Trying to find a new place for us to live. Sorry, did not get evicted.
Okay. I loved your RS7 video. Perfect, from Elias.
Oh, thanks, Elias. I'm glad.
All right.
I like that car.
Oh, I would be killing for this car. Best car in the world. Proved me wrong, from Dominic.
Hard to. Depends on your definitions of best car. This is a really well-rounded vehicle. It is practical as a sedan. It has space for 5 people. It is good to look at. It's great to drive. It's stellarly fast. I mean, yeah, it's hard to argue with you for sure. Best vehicle in the world, that's impossible to say. Everyone will have a good argument for their best vehicle in the world.
All right. Can we see the blinkers from Matthew?
Sure. Those will also be in my walk around and in my review. Both of which are coming up. The walk around actually is up this morning. Or no, the QB drive is up this morning. The walk around is up tomorrow morning. So tune in for those. You want to see the taillight blinker? You also have the side marker blinker. And there. And then the taillight. Saw it?
Yep.
Cool.
All right. We already talked about reliability, so I'm not
Yep.
going to get that question. Hey, Miles, what's the story with Auto Vital? I just stumbled upon it and saw you doing reviews, from Brian Lauterbach.
Oh yeah, Brian, I've been doing Auto by Tel videos for years, so I will continue to do those for as long as makes sense. Of course, if MilesPerHr demands even more of my time than it already does, then I will. What? Oh, I'm yelling? Oh, I'm sorry. Christina's upset that I'm yelling. If MilesPerHr demands even more of my time, I won't be able to do Auto by Tel videos, but I'm continuing to do those, and I love doing them. I have a good time making those videos.
Okay.
I'm trying to read Christina, guys. I don't know what she's saying to me.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later. Come on to the front. You haven't focused on the front at all.
We have.
Have we?
Yeah, we focus on every part.
Oh, okay. We focused on
I'm
every
just
part.
trying to find the questions. You make me walk. Can't find them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I can stock carbon fiber roof. That's part of the competition package. Saves you like 13 pounds or so. Lowers the center of gravity. These 20-inch light alloy wheels are standard as part of the M competition package. The blacked out accents, the black shadow line trim for the headlight housings, for the grille surround, for these pieces here in the air intakes, for this side garnish here, for the mirror caps, for the window surround, for the exhaust and the diffuser. All that is part of the competition package, and of course you get competition badges, not just M5 badges. That's all competition stuff. Specific tuning for the M5 competition, and that sports exhaust I mentioned, the additional 17 horsepower. Okay, you got questions now? You found them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
filling.
from
I'm a filler.
Spree, how much does it depreciate?
Oh guys, I don't know. It's a luxury performance vehicle. It depreciates.
All right.
It
now-
does. If you can afford to buy this car, you can afford to take the depreciation hit. Oh, check out that VW bus. Look at it. Ooh, that is nice. That thing is cherry. It's not a 17 or 19 window or whatever, but it's still cool. Slugworm, they call them.
Oh my. Okay. We already Oh, we already checked out the trunk space. We already talked about reliability. Why is Christina never in the shot? Take the camera for a second, Miles.
Oh gosh,
oh,
right.
well, no.
No.
Not today.
Guys, I tried. She was like, no, not happening.
Okay, sorry, I lost some comments because there are a lot.
She's also 9 months pregnant.
9 months.
Guys, baby due soon.
Oh, so you should probably tell them I won't be able to film.
Oh yeah, I'll mention it every week, but every week, and yet Christina's here doing it. She's not going to be able to film. I'm going to have to find someone to help me out, hold the camera for these live Q&As. There will also be times that I'm just behind the camera talking at you. I won't be able to drive the car in those videos. So yeah, just heads up, that's coming. That's coming.
Is it worthy or overpriced from Purple?
I think it's worth the price. Considering what else you can get in the market, I think it's well worth the price. I'm not going to give you a spoiler about which one I like better, the M5, the E63, the R7, the Panamera Turbo. I'm not going to tell you which one's my favorite. Look for the review on that in a couple weeks. So next review's coming up, just so you guys know. Let's see, we've got the Maybach GLS. That's on Monday. The week after that, McLaren 765 LT, and then this. I think then this. This might be coming there. I don't know. I also have some cool cars coming up, guys, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned to the channel and spread the word. Please, guys, spread the word. Let's grow. Let's build up this MPH crew community.
All right. Nice haircut, by the way, Miles. Okay.
Thanks. I
he needed it.
didn't do anything to my hair this morning, and this is kind of what you get.
Okay. This. What size tires and wheels come on it from Brent's?
20-inch wheels, 285 section rear, 275 section front, probably P0s. P0s are great tires, at least in the beginning. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires are also great. They chose P0s for this car right here. I think they interchange on certain models P0s and Sport 4S tires.
Yeah, sorry guys, just a heads up, if you repeat your question a lot, then I cannot go back and see other comments. So I'm sorry if I missed anything. It won't let me go back.
Instead of repeating your question at a time, you could just do Super Chat.
Super Chat.
This suggestion.
Super Chat. Super
and
Chat.
I won't miss your stuff if it shows up in Super Chat.
What is your favorite car to have from Rashad's TV?
Favorite car to have? I don't know, I love our Land Cruiser. 94 Toyota Land Cruiser, 80 Series Land Cruiser. I do, I love our Land Cruiser. When it works.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a love-hate relationship. When it works, I love our Land Cruiser. Favorite car to have, man. I would love to be able to afford a Porsche Cayman GT4. I would love one of those. That'd be great.
This is news to me. All right.
If we're talking older cars, I would take a 987 generation Cayman too. That'd be fine. Or Boxer.
All right, Adrian. Sorry, we already talked about the rear seat room. It's great. You can look earlier in the video.
Yep. Should we show the front dash area?
What about build quality from Autospree?
Yeah, great question. Build quality in BMW vehicles is stellar. I really like their build quality. I would argue it is slightly, not like by large measure, but slightly better than Mercedes-Benz vehicles. I think the fit and finish to that regard. Certain creaks and stuff that you hear in Mercedes-Benz vehicles when you press on panels, I don't really get to. You get a little bit of creak, but the feel when you press in on the materials is higher quality. So the fit and finish is good. I don't like this trim though that they put on this M5 Competition. You can get different trim, but it has no texture and it just looks, it's like boring. Don't you agree, Christina? Yeah, it's kind of boring. So I don't like the trim. The choice of black leather with such a standout exterior color, yeah, keeping it subdued on the interior makes sense. I don't know, for my M5, I might go just like bright red on the exterior and tan leather interior. No? You don't like that? I think it'd be cool. Christina doesn't like it. Thick, nice, thick steering wheel with a competition.
I don't want to stare at red. I like the blue. I don't want to stare at red all the time.
Okay, fine. What do you guys think about tan interior on this blue exterior?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, this or the E63S for you.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give you that Spoiler, you're gonna have to watch my review on that one to get that answer. I like the tri-color BMW M colors stitched on the inside of this steering wheel. The thickness is right.
Do you think an RS7 Performance is coming from Elias?
Got it. It's got to come. Yeah, I think it'll come and it'll make 630 horsepower. That's my estimate. A good deal more than the 591 horsepower RS7.
Yeah, sorry, Autospree, we already talked about reliability and miles.
That is a common question. I spend a fair amount of time talking about it.
All right.
So I'm not gonna talk about it again. I want to show off the dashboard area. No?
I tried to find the 100 million video. Can you help me from Google?
100 million?
Whoa.
Boy, that would be amazing. No, 100,000 subscriber video. Just search back 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's a thumbnail of me with 3 cars, and I've got 100 in balloons. Really hard to miss that thumbnail. Just go to my channel, into the search bar that's there, and just start typing in 100. It'll be the first thing that pops up.
Oh, someone did super chat.
Huh? Super
How do
chat?
I see that? It didn't pop up.
What?
No.
No?
It didn't pop up.
Oh,
It's
man.
there.
Oh, it makes it hard for me to recommend super chat if it doesn't pop up.
Oh no. Nothing popped up.
Nothing popped up. But okay, is the super chat there? What's the question?
I don't know. I'm saying it's not highlighted or anything.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird.
Oh no. Thank you to whoever did that. You can repeat it and I will see it hopefully.
Yeah,
Just
sorry
repeat
guys.
it.
I'm gonna blame YouTube on that one. We really would definitely answer your super chat question first because we super appreciate the support.
Oh, does this M5 have door logo lights from AGTV?
That's a good question. I can't remember. I think it does. I think it says, it might say M5 Competition or just BMW M when you open the door. Comes down from the bottom of the handle and it illuminates there. I know that the M5 Competition sills right here illuminates, and the ambient lighting on the inside is pretty cool. Not as many ambient lighting options as the Mercedes-Benz vehicles or even the Audi vehicles. It's like, I think you've got a choice of 10 colors, but they're good colors.
How many colors do you really need?
Yeah, I mean that was my point. Give you a preview of the review. That's my point. I don't think you don't need a million colors.
I don't sit there and change the colors of like.
It's just it's a show-off thing. It's like, oh look, I've got 64 colors.
No one cares.
Great.
Okay, so can you work the horn?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, it's a good sounding horn. That's a high quality sounding horn. What do you think, Christina? Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, what do you think Lexus LC versus 8 Series? LOL.
Oh. Lexus LC versus 8 Series. That really is going to be a difference of ride quality. The 8 Series is firmer. The LC is much more comfortable. The LC is a bit flashier of a car. Depending on how you spec your 8 Series, you can get your 8 Series in that like plum purple color, the vomit color. I would not get that color on any car. And it would stand out a bit more. Are you talking 8 Series Coupe? I'm imagining if you're doing LC, not the Grand Coupe. Yeah, I might go Lexus. I love the sound of the V8. And I would get the V8 version. I would not get the hybrid. I just want to do something.
Oh, just found the super chat.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Prathamesh Power Star.
Prathamesh, you're the best. Prathamesh had asked about the ride quality. I did
how
mention
does
it.
this car feel?
How does it feel?
What does this car feel? Like, how does it feel?
How does it feel? Excellent. Prathamesh, car feels excellent. I'm a big fan of the M5. Again, not going to spoil the review because I go into things that I don't like about it. I go into things
what does this car make you feel?
How does it make me feel?
Ooh.
How does it make me feel? So I go back and forth on the color, right? The color's a big part of it. I like the color. I don't know if I like the color on this car. I wonder if the color would get old. What do you think, Christina? Would the color get old to you?
No.
No? No?
I like it.
She likes it. Guys, Christina also likes expensive cars. It's a problem we come into because Christina will get into the car and be like, okay, so when can we buy one? And I say, when can we make money? Just kidding. No, but I just say not
thanks.
anytime soon. So, yeah. So she likes expensive colors, expensive cars. The color I like, not necessarily on this car. That's a lot of how the car makes you feel too. It's like, do you feel confident in the color that you're driving around in? Not that I don't feel confident driving this color. On this car, it feels somewhat odd. It feels a bit at odds with the positioning of a luxury executive sports sedan. The way it drives is superb. You feel like a king of the road behind the wheel because it has all the luxuries. It has most of the comfort. Again, apart from the little firmness in the suspension, and the power is just so enveloping. There's so much power. It's great. And it sounds good when you're sitting there revving it at idle.
I can just say he's happy when he's driving.
I'm happy, guys. I'm happy about the mesh. Thank you for the question. Oh, I wanted to do I would show you turning radius test from inside. I want Christina to stand here. I'm going to show you turning radius test from outside. Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks, babe.
Oh my gosh. This is not good.
Why?
The turning radius?
You don't think it's good?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not actually, it's not that great. I'm not going to clear this part right
No.
here. I'm going to have to back up. No. But that does mean I get to use all of these camera angles in here. This is pretty cool. You want to film?
Am I supposed to get in?
No. You can just stick the camera through. So you got a bunch of different camera angles. You've got a backup assistance. So if you're in a parallel or perpendicular parking spot and you're worried about backing up safely, you can use a backup assistant. It'll take over the steering. You've got automatic parking assistance. So if it's going along a series of parking spaces and it spots one, it will park for you, parallel or perpendicular. And then I can just show you some of the camera angles. So you click here. We've got a rear left, and it does a 3D picture of the vehicle. Rear right, back, automatic, and then you hit this car over here and it gives you more options. There's a car wash option. This is cool. So if you're coming into an automatic car wash and you're turning your wheel, you can see how you'll align perfectly to go within the tracks of the car wash.
I'm like breathing fumes, so
Oh, okay.
whatever is that heat.
Oh, the heat's not good? Sorry. Reverse. Alright, I'll turn on the car and I want to show you the rest of it. I just want to show you the last angle on the 3D.
Hey.
Hopefully you can do this with the car not completely on in accessory mode. I think oh, okay. I'll grab the camera. Fine. Fine, guys. I'm in control now. Kind of. Press this angle. Nope. You know what? I gotta turn on the car. It's not gonna let me do it. Okay, so back to this. Gotta go in reverse. Car thing over here. 3D view, and this one you can do with. So you can swing it around. Oh, look, it's Christina. Ah, there's a teaser. It's Christina. Wow, it's got a full picture of you right there.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in the camera.
That's funny. That is funny. Look at that. Okay, so this is kind of gimmicky, this part of gesture control. Other gesture controls actually work, like the volume one and the mute one. Those all work, but using gesture control for this is kind of annoying. I would just hit the button here and then go to whichever quadrant you want to go to. Can I rev it? Yes, I did rev it. Look for that earlier in the video, but you know what, fine, I'll rev it real quick. Repeating the question 10 times will not help anymore, guys. Ambient lights, you wanted to see those. So let's go into the car, and then... Oh, I'm skipping questions?
Well, you're going down to
Oh, no, sorry. I'm new at this, guys. I'm new. Okay, so settings, interior lighting, then you go up to ambient lighting, color. These are your color options. So you don't have that many, and they're all kind of duplicates with a bit of extra white. It's like bronze and white, orange and white, white, blue and white, green and white, lilac and white. Those are your only color options. You don't have many. Okay, Hello from Berlin. Hello, Maurice. All right, that sounds good. How happy are you that they didn't put the 4 Series grill in the car? Harsh. Amazing question. I am so happy that they did not do that, because that would have ruined the vehicle. Absolutely ruined the vehicle. Here, we're gonna talk 4 Series grill real quick, because I love ranting. It's fun. So, okay, for 2021, they did enlarge the grill a little bit, but you know what? It's still horizontal. It still has the kidney grill, the iconic kidney grill. It still has that shape. They just pumped it up with air. So that I much prefer to the buck-tooth 4 Series grill, which looks terrible, which I get it. It goes back to heritage, thin BMW grills, but you know what? They did not pull that off. We're still, as I've learned about the design of the 4 Series, it's not just the grill. The grill is not even the worst part about the car. The proportions and the different styling that they did on the car is just all bad. So that's unfortunate. Looks better in person, and I'm gonna have it in person in a couple weeks here, but I can't say that I'm all about the looks of the 4 Series. Glad that they didn't do that on the 5 Series. What's our next question?
Well,
And then we're gonna probably wrap up here.
yeah.
Yeah, we need to be wrapping up, guys.
Do you think sport sedans will go extinct in favor for performance?
Gosh, I hope not, because when I got behind the wheel of the sports sedan, I couldn't help but feeling a little nostalgic for all the great sports sedans, including all the heritage of M5 that have preceded this car. And the fact that, yes, we're moving towards utility vehicles, I really hope we don't get to the point where we completely give up on sedans. There is something to be gained from just the physics of a lower ride height and the lower center of gravity and how it pivots itself in a corner. An SUV can never overcome physics to beat a sedan. It can overcome physics to a certain extent and become a very high-performing SUV. That's how I've experienced them with the latest crop of performance SUVs. But it will never be better than a sedan as a driver's car. So I hope we don't get there. That's an excellent question.
All right.
Anything else?
There's a lot.
There's a lot, guys. I'm so glad
really
you guys
like this car.
I'm glad you guys like this car. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I really apologize for being late on the video and not having those Instagram and YouTube community questions up front. Guys, here's a quick plug for TikTok and Instagram at MilesPerHr. Please go follow those. I put a lot of effort into the TikTok videos that I'm then reposting on Instagram Reels. So whichever platform you prefer, go check that out. I also post little live updates on Instagram stories. If you want to follow me there, it's just at MilesPerHr, like the channel. And again, thank you guys so much for your support. This is the M5 Competition. POV Drive is up right now, so go watch that. The walk around will be up tomorrow. I'll get a POV Night Drive, maybe a POV Canyon Drive, and then a review is coming shortly. But look forward to that Mercedes Maybach GLS 600 review that's up on Monday. Guys, have a great weekend. And I'm, again, so sorry that I was a little late this morning. We'll find a place to live.
I missed all those comments and questions at the end. You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. And
Just-
Prathmesh, again, thank you for the super chat. I'm so sorry that we weren't able to pull that up at
Did
first.
you remember your other Patreon person?
Ah.
Oh, I put you on the spot. You know what you should do?
I think it was Priraya
Oh.
Escobar. Priraya Escobar. My gosh, how did I just forgotten. I'm so sorry. I think it's Priraya Escobar. He's a new Patreon member along with Jonathan Arin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Jonathan. I'm so sorry. But thank you guys so much for becoming patrons. Join them, guys, and become a patron on our Patreon accounts. And we got fun perks for you. So thank you guys either way. Have a great rest of your weekend. M5 Competition.
You should do one last rev and then kind of like zoom off.
One last rev and zoom off, says Christina. I'm not going to zoom off because it's a parking lot, but I'll do one last rev. You heard her. She asked me to leave her. Zoom off, would you? Safety first, guys.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for joining.